What's a weird family rule you had as a child that you thought was totally normal? In my house, we weren't allowed to use the front door, ever. We had this perfectly good bright red front door with a cute little welcome mat and everything, but it might as well have been painted over and sealed shut. I never questioned it until I was about 9, when my friend Melissa came over to play. We'd been riding bikes and approached my house from the front, as you normally would. "Come on," I said, automatically leading her around to the side of the house toward our kitchen entrance. Melissa stopped. "Why don't we just go in the front?" I froze, genuinely confused by her question. "We don't use that door." "Why not?" I opened my mouth to answer and realized I had absolutely no idea. It was just the rule. Front door equals forbidden, like how the sky is blue or dogs bark. "We just don't," I said with the absolute conviction only a child can muster. That night at dinner, I finally asked my parents the question that had never occurred to me before. Why can't we use the front door? My parents exchanged one of those significant adult glances that kids always notice but never understand. Dad cleared his throat. "It's bad luck." Mom nodded solemnly. "Very bad luck." My little brother Tommy, who was 6, looked alarmed. "What happens if you use it?" Dad leaned forward dramatically. "Well, son, the last time someone in this family used the front door, your great-grandfather lost his job, his dog ran away, and his favorite hat blew off in a windstorm and landed in the river. All on the same day?" Tommy's eyes were saucers. "All on the same day?" Mom confirmed. I was skeptical but intrigued. "So it's like a family curse?" "Exactly," Dad said. "Started with your great-great-grandmother in the old country. She made some kind of deal with a, fortune teller," Mom supplied. "Right, a fortune teller. Got a great deal on the family's passage to America, but the catch was the family could never use the main entrance of their home." This sounded suspiciously like the plot of a book I'd read, but I was willing to play along. The story evolved over years. Sometimes it was a witch, sometimes a mysterious stranger. The consequences varied from financial ruin to inexplicable rashes. Fast forward to my college years. I was home for Thanksgiving break, helping Mom prepare dinner. Dad and Tommy were watching football in the living room. The doorbell rang. "I'll get it," I called out of habit, heading toward the kitchen door. "For heaven's sake, Jennifer," my mom sighed, flour on her cheeks. "Just use the front door. It's right there." I stopped dead in my tracks. "But the curse?" My mother looked at me like I'd grown a second head. "What curse?" "The family curse. Great-great-grandmother and the fortune teller, bad luck, Dad's whole story." Mom rolled her eyes so hard I thought they might fall out of her head. "Oh, that. Your father made that up because the front door squeaks and he never got around to fixing it. After a while, it just became habit." She shrugged. Easier to keep up the story than admit he was too lazy to oil a hinge. I stood there, processing this revelation as the doorbell rang again. "You're telling me," I said slowly, "that for 18 years I've been walking all the way around the house, in rain and snow and carrying groceries, because Dad didn't want to fix a squeaky door?" From the living room, Dad yelled, "The WD-40 is in the garage if you're feeling brave, but don't come crying to me when your favorite hat ends up in the river." I marched to the front door and yanked it open with a dramatic squeal of hinges. Nothing happened. No lightning strike. No instant bad luck. Just my grandmother standing there with a pumpkin pie looking surprised to see me. "Well," she said. "I was beginning to think this door was just for show." I nodded. "Apparently it has been."